Hi everyone, welcome to Be Different for Success. Today we'll be talking about self-awareness. Self-awareness is a person's ability to analyze and recognize one's own thoughts and emotions. How does self-awareness even relate to success? Self-awareness is the one known key to being successful in any facet of your life. It could be for relationships, career, business, or overall happiness. Sounds pretty simple, right? It is not. Self-awareness is never achieved in a snap. It is a process that a person must go through in life. Success does not just fall out of the sky. Yes, we do read a lot of entrepreneur success stories from business magazines and websites. Who wouldn't want to achieve the same success as those people? But what we don't see is the hard work they have gone through to achieve their success. You see, everyone's situation is different. Success is subjective. Without self-awareness, you will continue to envy other people's success and aspire to the same feats as others. Why you should become self-aware. Being self-aware will help you determine your own idea of success in the first place. For someone else, having 5 houses is a success. For another, being debt-free is being successful. Different people will also have different ways to achieve success. The reason for this is that we vary in strengths, weaknesses, motivations, and ideas of failure. In addition, we react differently to particular situations. The more you know about these aspects of your life, the more you can adapt to the circumstances that you face. Knowing these attributes can help us analyze how we learn and improve. We should also be aware of our emotions. Some may think that emotions are hindrances to logical thinking, which is essential to achieving success. However, we should not totally eliminate emotions. They are some of the most important features of being human. Therefore, instead of making an effort to disregard our emotions, self-awareness helps us understand them more. By understanding how we feel more clearly, we can manage it more effectively. So then, why would you need to manage your emotions? Do you think you will ever lose a deal if you just break down and cry if you get rejected? Probably not. Our ability to control our emotions can help us act appropriately in certain situations. However, managing our emotions is contrary to masking them. Managing one's emotions is knowing when and how to express them. Here are 7 ways to help you become more self-aware. Number 1. Reflection. One of the ways to become more self-aware is reflection. Being mindful of your thoughts can help you discern the factors behind your thoughts. This also goes with knowing your feelings. Let's take anxiety as an example. What are the situations that make you feel anxious? What do these situations have in common? With answers to these questions, you can find out why you sometimes feel anxious. This is also one step to avoid situations that make you feel anxious. Reflecting on your experiences, thoughts, and feelings can help you develop self-awareness. Number 2. Meditation. Yes, meditate. As most people know by now, meditation is the practice of improving your moment-by-moment awareness. Most forms of meditation begin with focusing on and appreciating the simplicity of inhaling and exhaling. But these don't need to be formal or ritualistic. Greater clarity can also come from regular moments of pause and reflection. Personally, I try to gain greater awareness by simply finding a few seconds to focus on my breathing, often before sleep. Number 3. Journaling. Writing is also another form of improving your self-awareness, because writing requires organization, deep and logical thinking. It helps us become more aware of ourselves. In addition, writing can also help us monitor our progress in terms of our plans and actions. It is also an effective way to keep us motivated by writing our values and inspirations. Number 4. Asking feedback. Seeking feedback from others can help you gain more self-awareness. None of us is altogether aware of how we come across to others. There are certain aspects of our character that only other people can see. As much as we would want to look at ourselves objectively, when we reflect on our thoughts and feelings, we may still miss out on our attitude or behaviors. Therefore, we have to rely on the feedback of our peers, friends, and mentors. Have your friends play the role of honest mirror, and let them know you are seeking candid, critical, and objective perspectives. Make sure your friend or colleague feels safe to give you a direct and honest view. However, make sure that you are open to negative feedback and able to logically examine yourself based on it. Number 5. Do some micro-travel. New places and strange environments get us out of our routines and force us to be more self-aware. We can get the self-awareness benefits of travel without having to go very far. Micro-travel is the simple idea that we can still engage in travel, but on a local scale. For example, if you live in a large city or urban area, you're likely familiar with your own neighborhood, downtown, and maybe a couple other spots. But there are probably whole neighborhoods in which you haven't spent much time. This is an opportunity for micro-travel. If we can broaden our idea of travel to include local or nearby locations that are still unfamiliar, we can get the benefits of travel, which include a boost to our self-awareness at a fraction of the cost in time or money. Number 6. Learn a new skill. Just how traveling forces us to become more self-aware by throwing us into novel situations. Learning something new increases self-awareness by forcing us to think and act in novel ways. As adults, we all get pretty set in our ways, in large part because we end up doing the same things over and over again. And while this leads to a certain level of comfort, it also fosters narrow-minded thinking. When the only things we're doing are things we're already good at, it's easy to be lulled into a false sense of security. The antidote is what's sometimes called beginner's mind. The idea behind beginner's mind is that in order to learn new things, the mind has to be flexible and see things fresh like a child. If we want to cultivate flexibility and freshness within ourselves, we should constantly find new ways to be a beginner. One of the best ways to do this is to learn a new skill. Whether it's playing the piano, speaking Mandarin, or watercoloring, committing to learning a new skill is a powerful exercise in mental flexibility and self-awareness. Number 7. Make time to clarify your values. How often do you make time to deliberately and carefully consider your highest values and aspirations? If you're like most people, the busyness of daily life sweeps you up in a constant stream of activity without time for reflection on life's most important things. So is it any surprise that we have a difficult time reaching our goals and finding satisfaction when we don't spend time contemplating what that would even look like? What's more, it's probably not surprising that we end up chasing artificial goals that culture and society tell us are important, like a nice car, a big house, name brand clothes, etc. These may be things that we don't genuinely find meaningful and rewarding. A special form of self-awareness involves becoming clear about the things that really matter to us. Why are we here? What are we called to do? What makes for a fulfilling life of which we can truly be proud? These are big questions, and while they sound intimidating, that's probably because we just don't spend much quality time actually considering them. In conclusion, being self-aware and achieving success is a journey. Each person can take their own path towards attaining them. We should not judge other people's chosen path in this process. Some will even go through trial and error. In addition, you could never be too aware of yourself, since there are certain traits or strengths that you will develop later. You still have a lot to discover about yourself as you face challenges throughout your life. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Please click the thumbs up and write your personal tips in the comments below. Thank you for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more from us. See you in the next video.